Working from home with a dog is not for the weak, especially when your job is a software engineer and your dog is as demanding as this bitch is. Noted, Juju. Come spend a work day with me as I take you through my morning routine and show you how I managed to stay sane while coding for 8 hours and living with what could be argued is a small horse. I wake up looking pretty rough since Juju usually slaps me awake long before the bird chirping alarm even goes off, so my first order of business is usually to get presentable. I try to get ready every day even though I sit at home for the majority of it, because I really do feel like I'm more productive when I feel good about the way I look. There's probably commentary to be made there about deriving my value from my looks and my productivity output, but I digress. Outfit of the day. Why is it still dark outside? This is fucked. This is fucked, Juniper. Oh, big stretch. Alright. Let's stock up the pockets. First things first. E-collar. Come here. Oh my goodness. Treats. Can you move? Excuse me. Excuse me. You're in my way. My kitchen's about 2 feet wide, so. I need poop bags, wallet, keys. Keys, wallet. Poop bags. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So I'm going to show you a montage of our walk, and please pay attention to the beauty that is San Diego. If you don't live here, you should move because this is a cold day for us and it's still 55 and pretty as fuck. So take that as you will. But while I show you this, I want to talk about how I got to be living what is arguably my dream life and working a job I love. I'm a software engineer at a biotech company. My company is technically not based in San Diego, but I get to work remote. And I got here because I got 2 STEM degrees in 4 years. It was hell, I don't recommend it, but I did it. I got a degree in genetics and in computer science. And having those degrees let me work a remote job from a city I've been dreaming about living in since I was 16. No, literally, I have a journal entry from when I was 16 writing out how I could move to San Diego. One of the options that I listed was literally get a job in biotech, so there's some proof that you should journal and manifest. Also, side note, but my main message here actually is to do everything out of spite. When I got to college, I thought I wanted to go to medical school, and I was fascinated by biology, so I decided to major in genetics. Somewhere along the line, in between freshman and sophomore year, I got intrigued by coding. So I took a class, and I ended up really liking it. I liked the way it made my brain work, and I liked it so much that I decided I wanted to major in that too. But when I went to my academic counselor and explained to him what I wanted to do, asking some very valid questions about the logistics of pursuing both, he sat there, listened to my whole story, and then said, "Have you ever considered journalism instead? You should do that. You ask too many questions." I was honestly flabbergasted. He basically denied helping me, telling me it was impossible. But here's the thing. Don't tell me something I want to do is not possible. I will prove to you that it is. I will do it solely to spite you. And I did. Motivation is hard to come by, but proving someone wrong lit a fire under my ass and kept me pursuing those degrees until I had the 2 diplomas in hand. And now I'm here. So we didn't walk very far, but she's tired because it's very enriching to chase bunnies. Isn't that right? She's like, "Can we keep going?" But I have to work, so we're going home. Okay, so I just fed Juniper and I'm gonna make my own breakfast. I think I'm gonna make eggs and avocado toast because I think I only have 1 egg left. I've been trying to prioritize waking up early enough to have a slower morning. I take the walks with Juju without ever really looking at my phone. I can't really do that if I'm approaching the time that my coworkers begin to get online. If it's getting too close to 9 a.m., then I feel like I have to check on emails while I walk. but getting up at 6 gives me that time of peace, and I still get home in time to romanticize making my breakfast and coming up with new coffee recipes. Having Juju kind of forces me to do this early start and leave some time between wake up and starting work, but before I had her, I tried to implement this too. Because when I first started working my remote job, I sometimes would roll out of bed 5 minutes before I needed to be online. It was horrible for me mentally. I didn't have time to fully wake up and become a person before I had to just be productive. It also led me to spend a lot of unnecessary money on food out. Because when you're short on time, a drive-through breakfast and coffee is just so much easier. But I literally created that scarcity in time by just not waking up earlier. So I started forcing myself to go to bed earlier so I could give myself that gap in the morning, and I found that it was really helpful for me. Oh, to be Juju. Say cheese. Not gonna lie, it's hard to film yourself working when all you do is sit with horrible posture staring at your computer all day. After I get the waking up early down, fixing my posture is definitely next on the list. Let me know if you have any tips, because I recently realized fixing my posture has been on my New Year's resolution list on and off since actually 2016. And as you can see, I'm pretty good at accomplishing my goals, but this one just hasn't made the cut yet. I guess I need to find some spite to get it done. Someone quick tell me I'll never fix my posture.
So I'm going to Pilates at 12:20, which is great because I can take a lunch break from 12 to 1, and it's a 40-minute class, and it's like a 2-minute drive away. So, hello, beautiful baby girl. Hello, beautiful baby girl.
The afternoons are when it gets a little dicey with Juju. She's napped off her tiredness from the morning adventure and starts to get a little antsy, and she makes herself known too. It's either this or punching me. And she's overdue for a nail trim lately, so I have the bruises to prove her boredom. Luckily, I prep frozen food for her pretty often, so I had one in the fridge to give her. I've recently started doing a 40-minute Pilates during my lunch break, and I found it surprisingly helpful for my productivity. I tend to get an afternoon slump around 2 p.m., but if I work out and kind of separate my morning work block from my afternoon work block, I found that I don't really get that slump anymore. I'm able to lock in again and just get some more coding done. Since it still gets dark pretty early, another way I break up my workday is by taking Juniper on a walk in the afternoon, and then coming back and finishing up work after. I don't love having to walk her in the dark after sunset, and I'm lucky enough to work a job that's flexible about when I do my 8 hours of work, as long as I'm getting my work done. Please. Okay. I'll usually do another hour or so of deep work around 7 to 8 p.m., but I didn't capture that in this vlog. So that's what my day looked like. On days that are more meeting heavy, my day will consist of a more typical straight 8-hour shift with the walks and workouts scheduled before and after, but I love the flexibility I get on non-meeting days. Spite, guys. It really is the key to working your dream job.